Most air sanders sound like a jet engine taking off in your garage, but this thing actually keeps the noise down to a manageable level. It is one of those tools that feels like it was built for someone who spends all day in the shop and doesn't want their ears ringing by 5 o'clock. When you pick it up, you notice the weight immediately. At over 4 pounds, it has a solid, heavy-duty feel that tells you it isn't just going to rattle apart after a few months of metal prep. The balanced ball-bearing construction really does its job here, keeping the vibration low enough that your hands don't feel like they are buzzing for an hour after you put it down. Now here is the thing about the dual-action movement. It is smooth. Whether you are feathering out some body filler or just cleaning up a rough edge, the swirl-free finish is pretty much guaranteed. It hits that sweet spot of 12,000 RPM, which is plenty of speed for most automotive or fabrication work. You have a built-in regulator right there on the tool, so you can dial back the power if you are working on something delicate that doesn't need the full force of the motor. It is a nice touch because it saves you from having to walk back and forth to the compressor just to tweak the air pressure. The size is another win. It is compact enough to tuck into those awkward corners of a car frame or tight spots where a larger sander would just get in the way. You will need a decent air setup to keep it running right, though. It pulls about 17 CFM, so if you are running a tiny pancake compressor, you might find yourself waiting for the tank to catch up more often than you would like. That is probably the biggest limitation here. It is a hungry tool that wants a steady supply of air to really show you what it can do. Honestly, it is a workhorse. It doesn't have a lot of fancy bells and whistles, but it doesn't need them. It is just a solid, reliable piece of equipment that does exactly what it says on the box. If you are tired of fighting with cheap sanders that vibrate your teeth loose or leave weird patterns in your paint, this is a massive step up. It is not the lightest tool on the market, and you definitely need the right compressor to feed it, but for the kind of finish it leaves behind, it is hard to argue with the results. It is just one of those dependable tools that you end up reaching for every single time you have a project on the bench.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.